All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the State of the Game podcast. I'm your host, GT. It is Monday, June 23rd, and we have a very special topic to touch upon today, so let's get right into it. And keep in mind to keep it copacetic in the comments as you listen to the commentary. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. To God be the glory at all times, all right, y'all? So let's go. All right. Okay, so first off, I want to give congratulations to the OKC Thunder. They won the NBA championship on last night, beating the Indiana Pacers 103-91. Hate to see that Tyrese Halliburton went down last night with that Achilles injury. I wish him a complete and speedy recovery. But last night was about SGA, who became the first to win league MVP, finals MVP, scoring champion, and all NBA first team, not since LeBron, but since Shaquille O'Neal, who did it in the 2000 season with the Lakers. I also want to send congrats to the LSU Tigers, who won the College World Series on yesterday, going undefeated to do so. Shout out to the home team, and here's to more to come moving forward, all right? One last thing before I go into my topic of the day. Shout out to the GOAT, in my opinion, when it comes to the UFC. John Jones has officially retired. So cheers to whatever you may have moving forward. And hopefully part of that involves coming out of retirement to deal with either Aspinall or Ngannou or whoever you feel compelled to deal with. All right. So let's get into our main topic of the day. I held off on this subject for a while, but I think it's time to take a deep dive into it. So here it goes. Behind the curtain, fame, scandal, and the dark side of Hollywood. So we got to look at it, y'all. What are we really witnessing in Hollywood right now? Is it accountability, exposure, judgment, or just business as usual getting caught on camera? Okay. And with those, the key scandals that I want to talk about today, you want to talk about the whole situation going on with Diddy, allegations of sex abuse, sex trafficking, federal raids and lawsuits. Years of whispered rumors are now full-blown headlines, and we obviously can see that. R. Kelly, convicted after decades of allegations, and why did it take so long for the industry and the public to act? As well as Tyler Perry, whose public debates over his content, perceived messaging about the black community, and recent backlash over comments about relationships and masculinity, as well as the sexual assault stuff that's going on with him. Okay, so let's look at the first topic, which is the cost of power and protection. Okay. Many celebrities live behind a shield of fame, money, and influence. So why are powerful people so often protected for so long? Okay. Entertainment culture has created idols, people who are rarely held accountable until it's too late. Okay. Fame doesn't equal integrity. That's one thing you need to look at. Talent doesn't mean someone is trustworthy. Okay. Society often confuses celebrity with character. Just because they're, on that level doesn't mean that they got there the right way, so to speak. And let's look at the industry itself. Is Hollywood built on exploitation? For some people, they probably like, duh. But there's a history of abuse, cover-ups, and predatory behavior in the entertainment industry. From Weinstein to Epstein to your music executives like Clive Davis. All of this stuff is becoming more visible now. And many victims are silenced and many perpetrators are celebrated until the tide turns. So what role does the audience play? Hate to say it, folks, we feed the machine, okay? Streaming the music, watching the shows, making people famous for being problematic or even toxic in this day and age in 2025. We have to ask ourselves, do we really want justice, or are we just addicted to the drama? And I think we are. I think as a whole, we're addicted to drama in 2025. So let's look at the double standards and the cultural confusion. Public opinion often depends on who's being accused. And some artists get canceled immediately while others are defended fiercely. You have to ask yourself, why do we overlook evil in the name of creativity or cultural impact? Okay. And the next one, let's talk about redemption versus enabling. Should people be allowed to redeem themselves? I think so in some circumstances. But what does true accountability and repentance look like? Okay. Let's call out these fake apologies and PR cleanups and victim blaming narratives. Okay. And look, let's look at it from a spiritual perspective. Luke 8:17 says, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known or come abroad." This moment may be God exposing darkness for the sake of healing and for justice. Okay? The enemy thrives in the spotlight if there's no accountability under it. Basically put, what's done in the dark, you can guarantee it, you can put your timer to it. It always comes to light. Okay? Final takeaway, wake up call or just another story. Okay? We have to basically not become numb to all this stuff that's going on, even when it comes to the senseless murders in the community. We can't become numb to this type of stuff. All the scandals and things, we have to call it out right then and there. Okay? And we also have to use this moment to talk about how we can elevate flawed people too quickly. Okay? We see the red flags, right? We see the stuff that's there. And in the instance of, R. Kelly years ago, when he basically engaged and I think married Aaliyah, who was severely underage at the time, we should have immediately just, put the red flag on it. As well as, everybody used to talk about in the 90s as well as in the 2000s, everybody was talking about the Diddy parties and the things that goes on with those Diddy parties, man. So look, if we were talking about it then, why is there litigation going on in 2025 when this stuff was common knowledge in the 90s and the 2000s? Okay? We need discernment. We need discernment in what we support. Hey, you have to know in this state and in this state in this time period of life that we gotta stop letting the bad guys win, y'all. That's just plain and simple. You let the bad guys win all because of how popular they are, or how good their music is, or how good their product is, or whatever the case may be. You always tend to let these guys win or push these guys to win instead of supporting people that might be right on side you, that might do the exact same thing, and yet they don't have that machine behind them, so to speak. So you have to have more discernment in what you support, okay? And finally, the importance of truth over image. Okay, so everything that looks good isn't always good, okay? Everything that looks good isn't always good. You have to use your discernment, as I stated before, to basically look for the truth in things, look for authenticity in things. You have to look for stand-up people. You want to basically, get behind stand-up people in this day and age, man. Everybody that's talented, yeah, sure, God gave them the talents or the gifts, but they may not be, affiliated with who you think they are. Okay, and to go even deeper into it, they might not be, celebrating. They can sit there and say, get on award shows and say, I want to thank God this, and I want to thank God that, and I want to, the whole 9 yards of it. They got the spiel down to a science at this point. But you have to know. You have to use your discernment and know whether or not these people are authentic or not. Okay. Sure, there's amazing actors, I guess you would say, but at the same token, hey, your gut will tell you, your intuition will tell you whether or not people are authentic or not, whether people are stand-up people or not, whether they are willing to go the extra mile to show just how authentic they are. Or to show, that you can believe in them, that you can trust them, okay, in this day and age. And that's regardless as to what walk of life you may be looking at, whether it be sports, whether it be entertainment. It could be in your local communities, okay, because trust me, everybody knows about that uncle. Everybody knows about that those people that are in your community that can be deemed not trustworthy. Okay, so you got to take a look at that, and you have to start calling. We as a community have to essentially start calling this stuff out and stop turning a blind eye to it. Okay, if you know it, look, listen. If somebody tells you who they are the first time, believe them. Okay? What that basically means is if they've exposed themselves already, in most cases and in most scenarios, trust me, they probably have. Okay? If they've exposed themselves or told on themselves, basically believe them. And stand on that belief, okay? It is what it is, all right? So that's my take on that. Thank you guys for your continued support of the State of the Game podcast. Obviously, I'm on location, as you can see, and we're going to keep it short this week. But I just wanted to get this episode out to you guys. To basically discuss it, because there are changes that needs to happen in our community, and I keep going back to letting the bad guys win. Okay, you know who you deal with, and I'm pretty sure someone in your community or someone that's trying to make it, okay, in whatever field they choose, be it music, sports, whatever the case may be. You know their story. You've been in the trenches with them. You understand and you overstand just how authentic they are, just how strong they are as individuals, and how upright they are as individuals. And you would rather support, I guess, the popular one most people would support the popular one, or the one that brings attention to them in 2025, to instead of the one that's right on side of you, that speaks for you, that understands your language. You have to support those guys. You have to support the good guys in this situation. Okay, you popularity, fame, fortune, the whole 9 yards of all of that. In 2025, that's become a dead space. Okay, because like I said before, what's done in the dark will always, you can count it, always, it never fails. What's done in the dark will always come to light. Okay, and just keep and I just want you guys to keep that in mind. And just shift your focus and shift your attention to people that have you in mind, people that want to succeed in a positive way and in a authentic way, in an upright way. Okay, there are lots of people out there that don't want to cut corners. They don't want to cheat the win. Okay, they'll go through whatever they need to go through, the hard times, the ups, the hardships, the ups, the downs, the whole 9 yards of it. They appreciate the journey instead of the destination. You need to gravitate towards those type of people. Okay, but like I said, thank you guys for all your continued support. The numbers are constantly growing. The last time I looked at it, I don't know what it is now, but we're actually working on 2,000 subscribers, as well as 60,000 views. So you guys are amazing, and I thank you guys for your continued support of this channel and your continued support of what I got going on as far as the State of the Game podcast, man. Thank you guys. I deeply appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys next week with another episode. All right. Peace out.